Welcome back to this episode of Times of Refreshing, Encouragement for Pastors' Wives. Let me start by apologizing for the glitch we had the last time. But I hope you did enjoy the broadcast when it eventually came out. Keep sharing and keep sending us your comments. We are always glad to have them. Today I'm so excited because we are right here with me in the studio, Pastor Mrs. Wunmi Agunbiade, all the way from Lagos, Nigeria. And today she'll be answering some questions and sharing with us how she has fared in the ministry. Pastor Mrs. Agunbiade is a pastor's wife of 20 years. She has ministered alongside with her husband all this while. She's not only a pastor's wife, she's also a great entrepreneur. Pastor Mrs. Agunbiade is a mother of 4 children. The first one just finished a master's. I can imagine how that was for you, raising those children all those years. But we can't wait to hear from her. So I'm going to ask her the first question. Pastor Mrs. Agunbiade, it's glad to have you on this broadcast. Welcome.
Thank you very much, Pastor Toyin. It's nice to be here with you.
It's nice to have you too. So my first question to Pastor Mrs. Agunbiade, and this applies to every one of us, pastors' wives, and even to our friends watching this broadcast who are not pastors' wives. How do you refresh yourself with all you do?
Thank you very much for asking that question. And I want to start by saying that when it comes to refreshing yourself, comes to taking a break from your normal schedule, it applies to everybody, not just pastor's wife. And so I guess that what we're talking about today applies to everyone watching this clip. And to refresh myself, I would want to look at the scriptures in Mark chapter 8 verse 13. The Bible talks about Jesus, and he said, and he left them and went into the ship again onto the other side.
That's true.
Now this is full. And he left them. So in other words, he left everything that he was doing, went into the ship again. So it's something that he does regularly, to the other side. The other side is the place of refreshing. And so I will start with this. For you to take care of burnout, for you to refresh yourself, you need to take time and leave everything. Take a little break and take that time to refresh yourself. Okay. And that talks about retreats. Wow. So I do a lot of retreat. Like really, I could do at least every month. I can do a day. Quarterly, I can do 3 days retreat. And that has helped me so much in the past years in the ministry.
Wow. So retreats are that important to us.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And what I can share my experience, what it does to me is I don't come back the same after that experience. I go there, I refresh myself, I'm able to reflect. It gives me a lot of time to reflect on what had happened in the past month. I have my journal, I put things down, and then I look at what I've done before. What did I do well? What did I not do well? Okay. In the ministry, for instance, as a pastor's wife, you have a lot of challenges at the church. People come to you for counseling. Some issues happened in the church, and you're wondering, what happened? Why did this happen to this brother? What happened in this marriage? What did I do that was not right? The time of retreat is a time to hear from God. So God tells you, what was the error? How would you do it again? So by the time you leave the retreat, you're refreshed to go back and face your duty.
Wow, isn't that quite interesting? Pastor Toyin Akanle, my husband, once said that when one is too busy, it kills your initiative.
Absolutely.
So it is obvious from what Pastor Mrs. Agunbiade has just told us that taking time out to seek God and to rest our minds gives us the opportunity, to get all the things we need back, to be able to reflect on the things we've done, and also to be able to energize us for those things that we're still going to be doing. Thank you so very much. That is so insightful. I hope for everyone watching this broadcast, I hope you're going to take just a cue from this and beginning to take time out to just set yourself apart, to rest and to seek God, because the result is always outstanding. Once again, I want to ask you another question. And this time I want to ask you, I know that you've achieved so much. I mean, can you just tell us about all the things you do apart from being a pastor's wife?
Okay. Like you said, I started pastoring alongside my husband like about 20 years ago, I guess 1997, thereabout. But as at then, I was still a baby, still growing in ministry, but I had a lot of skills down there that I was not working on. Thank God for mentoring. That's one thing I would like to talk about. To those who are watching, especially the pastor's wife, you need to get mentors. You need those who have been in these, hear from them, learn from them. So aside from that, as I was growing in ministry, I was networking, and quite a lot of time I get people discover who I am. Those that I was working with, they tell me, oh, you could do this, oh, you could do this. And that's how I started to venture in the entrepreneurial area. I'm a teacher. I teach children. I'm very passionate with 0 to 6, but I also run a school. I run a school for children 0 to 11. And then after teaching for about, say maybe 10, 12 years, I developed the passion to also train teachers. So presently, aside from the school, Tender Cradle School, we also run a training center for teachers who want to develop themselves in that area and become world-class teachers. So that's also a very passionate angle. I also mentor young adults, the millennials. I mentor them to become who God has destined them to become in life in every area. So I do that with so much passion, and I love what I do.
Wow. Wow. I'm telling you, this is so interesting, because sometime down the line we discussed about you must follow your passion even as a pastor's wife. Can you imagine all that Pastor Wunmi Agunbiade does, and yet she's a pastor's wife? And that's why she's always cheerful.
Yes,
she's fulfilled, because she has something that she's doing. Once again, I want to encourage you, just as she said, follow your passion. Do what you like to do so much, because there's so much that God has put in you.
Absolutely.
My last question today is as if we should keep you here, Pastor Agunbiade. I hope you'll be able to come back and talk to us sometime.
Yes.
But my last question for you today is so that, the younger pastor's wife can benefit from this. I know definitely you couldn't have just gotten to this stage in one day.
Absolutely.
Can you just share with us how it was at the beginning and those things that helped you to become what you are today?
Thank you very much. The truth is, I like to say this, especially to the young pastor's wife watching. It's not always very easy, the very beginning. It can be very challenging, very discouraging. You have a lot of people you have to deal with. You have the adults in the church, you have the young ones, you have the men, and you need to just walk along your husband. And I said that briefly while I was answering the other question the other time. Get a mentor. I've had to talk to quite a lot of young pastors' wives, and they say to me, oh, we don't have many of them around. Oh, I wish I can be close to this. But you see, the truth is, when you want something, you seek for it passionately. Because you see yourself as a pastor's wife, you see yourself in that position, and you want your husband to succeed. You go all the way. That's why the Bible calls us helpmates. So please, I would like to advise the young pastor's wife, look for a mentor. Sometimes you don't even need to see them physically. Get books. You can get pastor's wives who write books. There are a lot of books today in the market where you can learn to be the real pastor's wife that you ought to be. So I have a lot of mentors that I've never met. I read their books, and I read what their experiences, and it has helped me in this journey. So what I can say is mentoring, and of course, God must be in the center of all that you do. Seek His face regularly. Ask for guidance. Ask for help. And every time you ask for help, God will always bring. One of my mentors said, I think it was Jim Ryan, Opportunity will dance with whosoever it finds on the dance floor. You're ready? Opportunity comes, you're on the dancing floor. It will just pick you up and dance with you. So you need to just get yourself ready. Prepare yourself, and God is there to take you all the way.
That is quite deep. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
I mean, the issue of mentoring, it's quite important. You know, the journey we are on, we can't go it alone.
Absolutely.
We need somebody to hold us by the hand and teach us, mentor us. And you know what? You would be somebody's mentor one day.
Mm-hmm.
So it is important for you to do the right thing. Honestly, I wish we had more time to ask Pastor Wunmi here more questions. But I just want to assure you that which you have heard today, if you take to it, if you actually take it to heart and do something about it and not just listen to it, it's really going to help you in the ministry. Once again, I want to say a big thank you to Pastor Wunmi.
Thank you very much, Pastor Toyin.
And that's all we have for you today on Times of Refreshing. We hope to see you again very soon. Have a wonderful day. Bye.
Make sure to like our Facebook page at Times of Refreshing with Pastor Toyin, and subscribe to our YouTube channel at Times of Refreshing with Pastor Toyin, and you will be truly blessed.